Keeping your bike chain clean is probably the best way to keep your drivetrain lasting as long as possible. And the Park Cyclone chain tool has been my go-to for keeping my bike chains clean. And I've used this thing seriously probably 8 years on an average of once a week. Do the math. A lot of chains have run through this thing. So it's getting a little worn down, and now it's time to say goodbye in favor of a brand new one. So I figured this would be a good opportunity to do a little review on the Park Cyclone chain cleaning tool. A chain cleaning tool is probably the easiest bike tool on the planet to use, and I'll show it in action here in a few minutes. But let's take a look at it first. So the official name for this is the Park CM-5.2. It's about 28 bucks, 28, 30 bucks at your local bike shop. You could buy it online if you don't have a local bike shop that you can support. This is the packaging. So I want to take it out and I'll run a chain through it so you can see how it works. So after you open up the package, it's just got this little handle that you slide in, and that makes it really easy to use. These little clips keep it locked on the chain when you're using it. So inside you've got a brush at the top, and you've got some brushes inside, and then you've got this little kind of sponge looking thing here. And at the very bottom, there is a magnet to catch all of the sediment that comes off your bike chain so it doesn't keep going around in the fluid as you're cleaning the chain. There are a lot of different types of bike cleaners that you can buy to run through this, and Park makes their own, I believe, and I've used that in the past. It works really well. I try to keep things simple. Pun intended there a little bit. So I just use Simple Green. I buy this concentrated Simple Green. If you're not in the United States, just find a bicycle specific kind of degreaser that you can put in a chain tool. But if you're in the US, you can find this at Walmart. This is concentrated, so I just put half concentrated and half water inside this thing. And on the chain tool, you have a fill line. So you want to make sure you put your fluid right up to the fill line. And let's do that, and I'll show this on the bike chain as we clean it. So I've got the chain cleaner filled with half Simple Green and half water, or whatever solution you want to use. And incidentally, one nice thing about the handle is it allows the thing to kind of just sit on the ground as you're getting ready to put it on the bike without it falling over, so it kind of steadies the chain cleaner. I typically will clean my chain with the bike in the work stand because I clean the whole bike after it. But the nice thing about the chain cleaning tool is you can just lean your bike up against the house or whatever and clean the chain. As long as you can spin the pedal backwards, you're good to go. And by the way, if you do put your bike in a work stand, make sure the chain is relatively flat or horizontal. That way fluid does not spill out of the chain cleaner as you're cleaning the chain. And one more thing that I'll mention, if your chain is just absolutely covered in mud, it's probably a good idea just to rinse it off with a hose before you clean with the chain cleaner. That gets all that excess grime. This chain is not that dirty, so I am just going to put the chain cleaner on and get to work. All you do is put the chain cleaner on the bottom part of the chain, and then you want to put the top on, clip it down with the little clips, and then you're just going to spin the chain backwards, spin the pedals backwards. Park says 30 revolutions, and that's typically what I do. And there's all the junk that was on your chain. After that, you're just going to hose off your chain, and it's clean. The instructions that come with the chain cleaning tool say to repeat those steps one more time. Unless my chain is just extremely dirty, I typically don't. It usually gets it clean enough the first time. Just a few tips that I'll throw in. Make sure you clean your chain first before cleaning the rest of the bike. And then when you're done, dry it off with a rag or with an air compressor. And then of course, make sure you lube your chain when you're done. So there's my quick and dirty review, that's 2 puns in one video, of the Park Cyclone chain cleaning tool. I've used others, and this is by far my favorite. Not only because of how easy it is to use, but because of how effective it is at cleaning your chain. Regardless of the brand, if you don't have a chain cleaning tool, I would highly recommend picking one up because, like I said at the beginning of the video, it's the best way to keep your drivetrain lasting as long as possible. Questions or comments that you have about this, drop those below. Thanks for watching.